Welcome back to Warhammer Quest, the adventure card game. We have Odious Grump on the ropes. I think this is round 4, and I think we're going to smack him down. And when we get rid of him, we're going to get 4 successes on the location. And I should have taken a wound here using Burning Sight in the last episode to get 1 more success. That was my mistake, but hey, I'm going to have to live with it. So we have Fan the Flames as the only exhausted card for the Bright Wizard. All 3 of cards are exhausted for Warrior Priest. His only option is Battle Prayers, which he'll be doing here in a second. And I should change this to a 1 because he will be going first for this episode. So we're still in the fungal patch. We'd like to get out of here because at the end you roll an enemy die. If you get a claw symbol, you get sickened. And our peril track is doing pretty good up there. We'll see that at the end of the episode. Alright, up first is going to be our Warrior Priest, and not much thinking going on here. He is going to have to do Battle Prayers, which has 2 successes on it already. And let's take a look at that card. It says, you may exhaust 1 non-nemesis enemy engaged with you. Well, we are going to exhaust the Clan Rat. We can't exhaust Odious Grump. He is the nemesis. Then we get to rest. We're going to be rolling 1 white die and 1 black die for Odious. Then we get to choose a hero. That hero becomes empowered. And I believe you can choose yourself, but we will choose the Bright Wizard. And then you get to ready all of your actions. All right. So how we're going to do this, we're going to go to the dice tray, and we're going to roll 1 black die and 1 white one. All right. We already have 2 successes. We're going to be rolling a white die and black die. And let's see what we get for resting. And this is, okay, pretty good, pretty good. We get nothing on the enemy die, so nothing happens. We get 1 success. So we're going to have a total of 3 successes, which means we're going to be able to heal 3 wounds. So let's go back to our Warrior Priest and do that. All right, so here's our 3 successes, 1 with the die, the 2 success tokens that were already on it. And so we're going to rest. We get to heal 3 damage. So instead of having 12, we're going to be going down to 9 damage. That's a little bit better. Now we get to choose 1 hero, and that hero becomes empowered. Now we are going to choose the Bright Wizard, and empowered says, do not exhaust the next action card you use. During your action, apply a success and a shield. After that action, discard this condition. So we're going to empower the Bright Wizard right on. And then it says, ready all of your actions. So we will be readying all 3 of our Warrior Priest actions. And that's going to conclude, basically, the first turn. Up next, we're going to have the Bright Wizard going. And she is empowered now, so that's good stuff. Okay, what I'm going to do for the Bright Wizard, she's empowered. So she's going to get 1 success and 1 shield. So we're just going to have a success and a shield. And let's see, do not exhaust the next action you use during this action. During this action, apply a success and a shield. So we're going to get a success, a shield, and we are going to use Smoldering Wrath, but we don't have to exhaust it, and then we're going to get rid of the empowered condition. So we already get 1 success on here. Let's see what it says. And what does it say? It says, you may exhaust... oh, I'm not doing Smoldering Wrath. Or should I? No, I don't want to do Smoldering Wrath. Made a mistake. I want to use Burning Sight. We don't have to exhaust it. This is what I want to do because I want to explore. So we already have 1 success. We're going to roll 1 white die, 2 black dice. Draw and resolve a dungeon card. You may suffer 2 wounds to claim 1 for each wound. Ready all your actions. Well, we're not going to bother doing it. We are going to roll 1 white die and 2 black dice. And we already have 1 success, which is, of course, going to go on the location, making it at least 3. So let's go to the dice tray. We're going to roll 1 white and 2 black. Okay, so we already have 1 success, 1 shield. We're going to roll 1 white die, 2 black. What do we get? Well, okay, I don't like it, but this is what we get. We get an exploding die. So we already had 1 success from empowered. We're going to get another 1 for the exploding die. We're going to roll it again, and we get another 1. So we're going to get 3. But we have the Nemesis effect. So we're going to be putting 3 on the location, and we're going to have to take 2 damage from Odious Grump's effect. Alright, so we have to distribute 2 damage from Odious Grump, because it says at the bottom, distribute 2 wounds among the party. We're going to give both wounds to our Bright Wizard. She's going to go to 7 damage, which is okay, I think. So that takes care of these dice. We have 3 successes, so we're going to put 3 more successes on the location Total of 5. We need 7 to move on. So that should be quite doable, I think, if we smack down Odious Grump. All right, that's going to take care of the dice and the tokens, and that's carrying on. So that was our Explore. Next, we're going to draw and resolve a dungeon card. All right, drawing and resolving a dungeon card. We have Healing Salve. Item. You may discard this card before or after a hero's activation for that hero to recover 2 health. All right, and it has a gold coin symbol. This means we get to pull a gear card, and each hero can have 1 gear associated with them. So let's see what gear our Bright Wizard pulls. She gets the Magic Scroll. It's an accessory. It says you may deplete this card before your attack action to target 1 additional enemy and apply 2 hits or 2 successes. This becomes a ranged attack. Wow, so what depleted means is we can use it once per quest. So once we use it, it doesn't go away, but we can only use it once. But that's very powerful. That gives us an additional target on an enemy plus 2 hits. Good for getting rid of Orc Boys, I think. And we have the Healing Salve as well. Item. You can have as many items as you want, but you can only have 1 gear card. All right, continuing on, you may suffer up to 2 wounds to claim 1 success for each suffered. I could suffer 2 wounds to have this completely explored. You know what? I think I might do that. And then we'll leave Odious Grump to smack him down once we change locations in the next episode, because it gives us 4. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to suffer 2 wounds. I'm going to go from 7 up to 9, which sounds horrific, but that puts 2 more successes on our location. Our location is now successfully explored. And we didn't even need to exhaust this because we used Empowered. Oh, and we had a shield, but of course the shield doesn't do anything against the Nemesis attack, so that didn't do anything for us. So good stuff. And now we get to ready all of our actions. The only one we need to ready, of course, is Fan the Flames. So that was a good turn, I think, for our wizard. Now she can just go ahead and use the Healing Salve, which I think she might as well do. You may discard this card before or after a hero's activation where a hero recover 2 wounds. So we're going to do that. We're going to discard this. We're going to recover 2 wounds because why not? It takes her back to 7 damage. All right. Over to the Warrior Priest for another turn. All right, so what we're going to do with the Warrior Priest is we're going to use Sigmar's Light. It already has 1 success on it. And let's have a look at this card. Aid, we're going to be rolling 2 white dice. Target hero may ready 1 action. Well, unfortunately, our Bright Wizard has no actions to ready. But you and the target hero recover a health each. Good stuff. All right, now we're going to have to roll 1 black die because we have Odious Grump kicking around. We already get 1 success. So 2 white dice, 1 black die. Let's go to the dice tray and roll them up. All right, so we have 1 success already. We're going to be rolling 2 white dice, 1 black die for Odious. Come on, no, that's not... Oh, hang on, that's not all too terrible because we have 2 shields, we have an attack, and we have 2 successes. So let's go back to the Warrior Priest area and we will deal with it. All right, so that was actually not too bad because here is our dice and our successes. So we get 2 shields. So basically Odious Grump attacks us, hits us for 2. Now this is a dice roll attack, so we can block them, and we got 2 shields. So we're going to block all damage, and we have a total of 2 successes. So with our 2 successes, we get to give the Bright Wizard 2 tokens on her cards, and I'm trying to think of which ones I want to give them on. I think we're going to put 1 on Fireball and 1 on Burning Sight for exploration. So that's where we're going to put those tokens. Continuing on, oh, and of course, Sigmar's Light will be exhausted. You and the target hero both recover a wound, so we're going to recover 1 wound from our Warrior Priest, going from 9 down to 8, and our Bright Wizard goes from 7 down to 6. So another pretty good turn here. Back now, we are going to go to our Bright Wizard to see what it is she wants to do. All right, I think we're going to do Fan the Flames, which is aid rolling 2 dice, or do I want to do that, or do I want to do Smoldering Wrath? Actually, I think we're going to do Smoldering Wrath instead. So let's take a look at that card. It says you may exhaust one non-nemesis enemy engaged with you. Well, we're going to exhaust the Orc Boy Elite because if he hits us, he's going to be doing 3 damage. That's not good. Then we're going to rest. We're going to roll 2 white dice. If your remaining health was 4 or less, which it wasn't, you get 2 extra successes. So this is a rest action for us. So let's hope we don't get any damage because we're going to be rolling. So we're going to be rolling 2 white dice, 1 black die for the regular Orc Boy. So let's go to the dice tray. Roll them up. All right, so we're rolling 2 white, 1 black. Let's see what we can get. We get stuff that's not terrible. We get 3 successes, 1 shield, and 1 attack from an enemy. So let's go back to her area, and we'll process the dice. Okay, so we basically have an attack, so the attack has to go to the non-exhausted Orc Boy. This one, of course, has been exhausted by our card. Doing 2 damage, but we have 1 shield, so we're going to block 1. It's going to take us 1 damage only to 7, and now we have 3 successes for resting. So we're going to heal 3 wounds, so we're going to go down to only 4 damage. So that's pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. All right. And that takes care of the dice, and that takes care of that action. And that takes care of our hero phase. We're finished now. We're going to be moving on to the enemy phase. All right, we're over to the enemy phase, and the Clan Rat is exhausted, so he's not going to be doing anything. We're starting with the first player, of course. Odious Grump, though, is going to do something. He's going to inflict, so he's going to hit our Warrior Priest for 2 damage. That takes him up to a total of 10, and then he's going to pray. Our Warrior Priest has the most damage, so he'll stay here, and that exhausts Odious Grump, who only has 1 hit point left, and we're going to smack him next episode, I'm pretty sure. Over now we go to the Bright Wizard. The Bright Wizard has an exhausted Orc Boy Elite. This one just says advance. So it doesn't hit her or anything, it just advances. It's already here. It's exhausted. So very quickly, we are finished with the enemy phase. So at the end of the enemy phase, all enemies, well then, ready. Okay, and now we are going on to the location phase. So we have 7 on the location, and do we have any start of location effects? No, we do not. But we are now, so at start of location, are we going to move on? I think we're going to move on to the next location. So we're not going to process the end of location phase here. So we are finished with the fungal caves, the fungal patch. We're on to our next location. Ooh, this could be not good. And we'll get rid of those tokens. And what do we have? The Throng of Webs. Oh great, cave. Thick webs choke the area, threatening to ensnare any interlopers as easily as flies, rats, goblins, and horses these spiders seem to feed upon. Ooh, lovely. At the end of the location phase, the party leader exhausts 1 action. Okay, this isn't too bad. I don't mind this at all. We've got 1, well, actually I do mind it. We're going to get hammered, but we only have 1 engaged enemy and 3 in the shadows. We need 7. So we're going to have 1 enemy. It's going to engage our Warrior Priest. And it is a Night Goblin Archer. Just a regular guy. So he is going to be engaged with our Warrior Priest. And then we have 3 enemies. Wow, 3 in the shadows. So this is a very web-filled cave. 3 in the shadows. And that is our location phase. And I don't... there's been, I guess, some discussions on Board Game Geek and whatever that you still process the end of location phase on the card, the new card you drew. I've never done that. I'm not sure if you're supposed to, but I'm not going to do it. So maybe we'll call it the easy mode. But I think there's been some discussions that because we did the travel now, we go to the end of location phase, which would be doing this action, but I'm not doing that. So you can check the notes, comments on the video if that's correct or incorrect. I may be doing it incorrectly, but I'm not going to process it to call it easy mode. So that's what I'm doing. So that's basically our location phase. And last up for this episode is going to be the peril phase. And all that's going to take place on this peril phase is our token is going to move one space. It didn't go onto the colored space, so we will just be having another turn next time. So I'm going to zoom out, and we're going to wrap it up for round 4. All right, so that wraps up our episode for today, round 4. The first player token, of course, is going to go back to our Bright Wizard. Now let's keep in mind the Bright Wizard has the magic scroll, which is pretty awesome. Lets her do some major pain when we need it. She's going to be first player in round 5. She has 2 Orc Boys on her. Things looking a little bit scary. This is our last location before we get to Grump's Sump. We need 7 to get through it. I think we can get through this one pretty quickly if we knock out Odious Grump, which we have to do, otherwise he's going to recover all his health when we get to the blue zone up here in the peril track. That's going to put 4 on here, so I think I have a cunning plan, possibly for next episode. If you've got some suggestions, please let me know. So 10 damage on the Warrior Priest I don't really like, but that's the way it is, and only 4 on our Bright Wizard. So thanks so much for watching along. It's Warhammer Quest, the adventure card game. We're doing Quest 1 of an Uneasy Alliance, which is the one that comes with the game. And the first quest is called A Foul Stench. And we're probably about halfway through it anyway, for sure. So thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your comments, your suggestions, your subscriptions, and your likes. Really appreciate it. Join me next time for round 5 of Warhammer Quest, the adventure card game.